Conspiracy theories have been around for centuries, and in my opinion, conspiracy theories are mostly facts. Because it's when people identify patterns with certain things that just don't add up, or they add up in a certain direction. Today I talk about 5 conspiracy theories that may or may not be true, but I tell you what, if they are true, fuck me, we live in a shit world. Now, don't shoot the messenger here. I may or may not believe in some of these. This is just what I have found on the internet, so fucking hold up. I will let you know in the videos with my own opinions, because I'll say in my opinion or I believe this, so, you know, calm down. Hello and welcome back, or welcome to my channel if you don't know what's going on here. Well, I'm certainly not going to tell you to listen to celebrities' opinions because they are so in touch with the normal person's way of life. But I am a horror artist and I like to draw what I talk about in these videos. Now, I like scary facts, true crimes, anything to do with aliens, paranormal, any of that good stuff, and I like to draw, so I like to combine all of that into these videos to hopefully bring you a unique experience. If you want to support me, head across to Redbubble. I have an account over there where you can purchase prints and funny stickers and shit like that I create that just, you know, I just think of. And I also have an Etsy store, so I create felt toy patterns. If you are a creative person, you can buy one, download it, and make the toy yourself. I've got horror movie characters on there. I have other shit on there. Go across and have a look. Now, with that being said, let's get on with the video and let's get on with the drawing. The Maui Fires happened in early August of 2023, which was a series of wildfires that broke out in Hawaii on the island of Maui. The fires swept mostly across the town of Lahaina on the northwest coast of Maui and killed roughly 102 people, with thousands of people missing. Investigators reckon they pinpointed the fires to have been caused from dry and gusty conditions created by a strong high-pressure atmosphere due to supposed climate change. And if you are a regular to my channel, you will know exactly how I feel about the climate change narrative. It's been labelled the most devastating fire in the country since more than 100 years ago. The fires caused roughly $5.5 billion in damages and destroyed over 2,200 structures across a 13 square kilometre area. These fires started some of the most wildest conspiracy theories I have ever heard, but when you do delve into them and go down that rabbit hole, some of it does make sense, so let's get into some of them right now. One of the theories is that Oprah was allegedly involved in the Maui fires. Some people blamed her for trying to make a land grab where the fires took over. I found it extremely shameful that her and The Rock came onto social media and asked for money from already struggling families when the two of them have well and truly enough money between the two of them to help out. That really pissed me off. Oprah already owns prime property and 2,000 acres on the island, and the conspiracy is that she wanted more land along with other elites to turn it into 15-minute smart cities. Because she bought the land through her Harpo Inc. firm in March of 2023, people are linking that sale to the fires, which happened a few months later. Conspiracy theorists have also blamed her for the missing children, which adds up to about 1,000 missing kids. There was also so-called videos that I couldn't find about these kids being found in shipping containers on the docks of Oahu because Navy SEALs could hear kids yelling and crying from inside them. It's been speculated that Oprah is involved in child trafficking, as apparently wherever she goes, even when she visits Africa, kids go missing. The kids were apparently found sedated and in cages covered in urine and feces. Another theory is that all the houses with blue roofs did not get burnt in the fires because it was all a targeted laser attack. There are videos going around on TikTok of the colour blue not being affected by lasers and not burning at all like the other colours. Theories suggest that the elite started the fires from lasers in space, as there was video footage circulating of lasers coming down from the sky. This made theorists go even more crazy when there was large areas of trees untouched around homes that had gone up in flames to suggest that the fire was just targeted and not sweeping through the land. Elites' homes had blue roofs to show that they were not to be targeted. There could be many reasons why this had happened, such as a lot of moisture in the trees, etc., but I must admit, if the footage is real, it's definitely weird. There is footage on TikTok of people in places like China painting their roofs blue so they don't get laser attacked. But were the houses in Maui with the blue roofs just blue tarps covering damage from the fires? Who knows if these are real or not, but all I know is I do not like Oprah. There is definitely something off about her, and I just wouldn't be surprised if she's involved in some shady shit after the 5 years we've had on this planet. Let me know what you think and what other conspiracies you have heard about the Maui fires. There is a shit ton out there, and these I've mentioned today is just some of the ones that I wanted to mention today. The company supporting my channel today is Down to Ground. They make grounding mats for sleeping and standing on, grounding sheets, pillowcases, and much more. If you are a shit sleeper, suffer from pain and inflammation in your body, and also get up several times a night to pee, then this product might be for you. These grounding tools can reduce anxiety, depression, and stress, heal wounds faster, improve blood flow and blood pressure, and rejuvenates your body to give you a more youthful appearance with improvements to your skin as the electrons act like an antioxidant. Also for us females, it can reduce PMS pain in just 6 weeks of using the mats. Gotta love that. If this sounds like something that you might be interested in, head over to downtoground.co using the links below. You will get 10% off your entire order. And if you are not happy with it, you can send it back for a full refund. Also, you get a free socket tester to make sure that your home is properly grounded for your mat to work, as it connects to the electrical socket but does not use electricity, just the grounding port, so you will not get electrocuted if it gets wet. It's natural, safe, and replicates the ions from the ground outside, which your body absorbs when you walk around barefoot. Enough about that, let's get back into the video. NPCs, or non-playable characters, are thought to walk among us due to this whole existence we live in being a sophisticated simulation. An NPC is someone who exists in the simulation, but they are more like a background character with no real purpose other than just to fill in space around the real people who live here, so we don't get suspicious, and they cannot be controlled by you. It's said that NPCs are programmed to make sure that everyone stays in and believing in the matrix or reality that the elites want us to believe in, and make sure that we all follow along. If you talk to an NPC and you go off onto a narrative that they don't believe in, they will either fiercely defend it or go completely blank and change the subject. NPCs have mundane jobs and lives, and they replicate background characters like in a game where they have a set predetermined response and action to follow, and they just repeat this over and over again, with some of these characters seemingly freezing and glitching, which people have captured on video. There are other theories too, that you are the only player and everyone else around you is an NPC. This life you are living is nothing more than your own personal game that you are navigating. These NPCs are nothing more than flesh robots that don't have a mind of their own and don't appear to have any inner monologue. That is the little voice in your head. Some TV examples of NPCs are movies like the Matrix franchise, Free Guy, and the TV series Westworld, with elements in all where the robots or NPCs realize that they are in a simulation and they are not really real in one way or another. Or Another theory, we are all in the same game together playing a multiplayer game, so we are playing against other real people. It's a whole rabbit hole and you can easily spend hours down it, and I have before, but it will hurt your brain. But let me know what you think about this theory. Malaysia Airlines 370 was a plane that disappeared on the 8th of March 2014 with 227 passengers and 12 crew aboard about roughly 40 minutes into the flight. It had departed from Kuala Lumpur, travelling to Beijing when it made a sharp turn to the left at 11,000 feet and headed out to the middle of the Indian Ocean with the radar tracking device deliberately turned off. Search parties for years have tried to find the plane, but to no avail. But debris has been washing up that may have been from the plane, but no one really knows, as the parts could have been planted there on purpose. In this day and age, it is hard to believe that a plane could just disappear like this without anybody being able to find it. This is why it has been at the forefront of many conspiracy theories, because it really does reek of some sort of cover-up. There was apparently no distress signal from the plane before it went down. After the pilot said, "Good night, Malaysia 370, the plane vanished from all airspace. Some of the conspiracy theories put out there are just crazy, but others are quite possible. One theory is that the plane was hijacked and the pilot, Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah, was a terrorist. It was hijacked and taken to a remote island such as Diego Garcia for some possible reason. Maybe there was one or more passengers on board of special interest." According to several news sources, the pilot had been training several months before the disappearance to land on very short runways, such as ones on very small remote islands. After the pilot's flight simulator was seized, they reckon they couldn't find too much evidence of this, but there was a flight path very similar to how he flew MH370. Apparently, the co-pilot's mobile phone was picked up in the direction of Westwood, which was consistent with the islands in that location. Another theory is that the pilot did a murder-suicide. Apparently, Zahari's marriage was falling apart, and he was also seeing another woman on the side, which was also causing him problems. A fellow pilot said that Zahari was extremely upset before the crash and had a 2-minute phone call from a mystery woman on a phone that was obtained by using a fake name. Also, Zahari had no plans for after the 8th of March, which was when the plane disappeared. Apparently his schedule was full with appointments and things right up until then, so this seemed very suspect. Maybe his life was falling apart and he decided to take his own life with hundreds of other people. Other theories, such as the plane was shot down by the US military, a fake flight plan, cyber hijack, and even a cockpit fire has been flung around, but the last one I want to talk about is the alien theory. Some have said on Reddit that the plane was taken out of the sky by aliens or entered a wormhole and disappeared into another reality. There is alleged audio of a voicemail of Zahari saying that what they were looking at was not human. The recording goes, "Danger, SOS. It is dire for you to evacuate. Be cautious, they are not human. SOS, danger, SOS." There was also a series of coordinates given, but apparently the whole thing was covered up and deleted. Once again, who really knows what has happened to the plane and all those poor innocent people? But this is definitely a very suspicious and tragic case, if you ask me. What do you think? Back in 2021, a man on TikTok named Cody, or username Atul Cody, from Atlanta, Georgia, suspected that something weird was going on in his apartment building when he was walking through his apartment hallway and saw takeout flyers just sitting in the doors of the other apartments for days without nobody going in or collecting the flyers. The apartment building was apparently the Market West Midtown Apartments. Cody referred to the following conspiracy as Menugate. How it all started was Cody came home from work one day and saw a worker from a local restaurant putting the menus into the doors of all the apartments. Thinking nothing of it, Cody just continued his life as usual, but he noticed that the menus were there for days, which meant that no one was entering or exiting the apartments. He was told that the building was full of tenants, but this proved to Cody that it could not be true. Housing was also in high demand at the time, and Cody kept going on with his life and documenting the menus in the apartment doors on TikTok, and in one video, it had been 5 days later and the menus were still in the doors. He went online to the building's website to find how many vacancies were really in the building, and it said that only 4 were only vacant, but it seemed to be nearly the whole building. Even cars in the apartment's garage hadn't moved for what appeared to be a very long time, as some cars had a thick layer of dust and cobwebs on them, with one car's rego expiring back in 2019. It wasn't until 8 days later when the menus were finally removed from all the doors, but he believes that the management of the building did it to stop suspicion. A former resident of the building saw Cody's videos and reached out to him to let him know that when they were living there, it was fully occupied, but when they moved out, just right before they moved out, things did get really weird. Theories were flung around the internet, such as an experiment going on in the building with Cody being at the center of it. 2, they are all investor owned and held so they can fake inflation demand to reduce supply of housing. Since the videos went viral, Cody has been under scrutiny about it, saying that it's all fake, and people started investigating it on their own and found that they may have been leased to uni students but vacant because it's in between the college sessions. There are probably a lot of normal answers to the vacancies, but the conspiracies are still floating around online for this building. Night vision goggles were created for the military or hunters to be able to see in the dark. They have a monochrome green colour and are designed to pick up tiny amounts of light that basically amplify that with a special tube called an image intensifier. This device converts photons to electrons to enhance the images seen in the dark. There is a conspiracy theory about the old model night vision goggles, which involves a red lens and demons. Now, you may have heard that UFOs have been seen with infrared devices but not with the naked eye, so there is a theory that night vision goggles used to be a red light instead of the standard green light with a huge spectrum of imagery. Red seems to be the colour to be able to see anomalies that other devices can't see. There were reports that soldiers during the Vietnam War would wear these goggles which contained a red light, and they would see demons and other entities while out on missions. This obviously made soldiers freak out and go into panic mode. These goggles ended up being banned and taken off the market so people couldn't see into the astral realm that they were delving into, and were then modified to the green colour that could not see into other so-called dimensions. But sources say that the chemical used in the old goggles, called disonin, was leaking from the goggles and giving the user hallucinations. Soldiers in the Vietnam War were firing at what they thought were entities flying at them from the sky in helicopters and on the ground in the jungles. A gunner that started shooting from a helicopter said that he needed to kill the winged demon flying, so the other soldiers told the crew to take off the goggles, and when they did, they saw nothing. But as soon as they put the goggles back on, they saw the winged demon. Even the commander didn't believe it until he put the goggles on, and even he saw the winged demon. Some say the red colour allows you to see into different frequencies and dimensions, but others believe the chemical theory. What do you think, and what have you heard? Did the government and weapons companies change the design to hide the scary reality? Now, the illustration that I decided to do for this one today was pretty much just a combination of all these conspiracy theories meshed into like this creepy demon that is standing in front of like the Illuminati type thing, because there is so many elements to this world that are all pulling these strings, and I do believe that the Illuminati, these secret societies, are just a very small element to what is out there that are trying to control the whole populace. I personally think we live in such a fucked up world, and I really would like to see these higher ups, these anonymous people that run the world, I would really like to see them fall and just stop doing what they're doing. And I don't understand why they don't want a utopia type scenario on this planet. But there is reasons for that, because that doesn't make money. But it would make money in so many other ways. But I won't get into that right now, because that's a whole nother kettle of fish to delve into. But anyway, that is it from me. Hopefully you liked this video, and if you do like this kind of content, like and subscribe. Dislike it, I couldn't give two shits what you do, because any interaction that you give me goes towards the algorithm for other people to find me. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.